Hello guys, Josh MC2000 here, and today we're going to be talking about Red Hood and the Outlaws issue 16 and 17, which was a fun little romp. I like how they all seem to be having the red titles now, or at least the past couple have all had the red titles, which, props. Keep these titles. And also, like, they've changed the way they do the DC branding now. I like that. It's a lot cleaner. Like, this is okay, but like, this is easier to see on a shelf. Don't get me wrong, but this is just cleaner. I like this. There's just something pleasing about the way this is done. And it has the whole. Yes, they are working with the Suicide Squad. And no, they do not fight the Suicide Squad because Jason and Croc are actually incredibly pally in this book, which I found really fun. Because DC Rebirth, like, for those of you who don't know, are basically it's basically like a soft reboot of New 52. But the main aim of it was to take what people like about New 52 and what people like about Pre-52 and mash it together in one big continuity. Yep, that sounds about as coherent as it. Yeah. Don't ask how the hell they're going to make this thing bloody coherent. I think it's primarily New 52 with elements from Pre-52. I sure as hell haven't noticed many Pre-52 Red Hood elements other than the odd nod and a wink here. Like, for example, in this one, Boomerang references Under the Hood. That's probably about it. He mentions something about heads in duffel bags. If you've ever read Under the Red Hood, you would know what that is, and I don't need to explain it to you. If you haven't read Under the Red Hood, wait for it to go on sale, or find it cheap somewhere. It's a good, actually, or, if you're into, the whole Red Hood thing, buy it full price if you don't already have it. And if you already have it, go back through and reread it. This is actually a great book. I must admit, cover art hasn't been the greatest for the past couple of issues, but, comparing it to, Doomsday Clock's cover art and stuff, it's not really a fair comparison. Also, guys, the reason why I'm doing videos like this again is just, it's quick, on the fly, easy. Requires less setup and less editing. I can just record this and then whack it straight off the SD card onto the computer and upload it. It's just to try and make my life easier for the moment, because I don't have bucket loads of time, but I have got time, you know what I mean? I've got time to sit down and record, but I don't really want to be sitting down and editing loads of stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, I've also had a copyright strike as well, so I can't really take any risks with editing and, whatnot, hence why I'm not opening it up and showing you the inside, because I don't want to, run the risk of getting another copyright strike, because it doesn't get lifted until, March, I think, which is, yeah, it's more than a month out, and I'm not willing to take any risks with that. I mean, hell, it's probably risky enough just showing the front cover, but, it's, basically, I think right now Red Hood and Outlaws is probably one of the best comic book runs out of DC. I also want to try and get Nightwing the New Order at some point, when that comes into trades, because that is supposed to be really good as well. That's a fun little Elseworld story. And I've really been digging, the whole Elseworld story ideas at the moment. I mean, I've been meaning to do a reaction to, I also have been meaning to do a reaction to the new Overkill The Walking Dead trailer that came out today, as well as, what's it called? Christ almighty. Yeah, Batman Ninja. Yeah, I'm a little late on Batman Ninja, so I might not do that one. But, you guys let me know. If you want us to do a discussion, I can do it. I'm also in the works doing a Death Note discussion. Also, it's just, the reason why I'm doing this, guys, is because it's easier for me to, work with. It's just, but these two issues, they're a fun little romp, and also I think when Rebirth's over, I'm gonna pick up some of the Suicide Squad trade paperbacks, and actually read some of the Suicide Squad run, because I know I picked up issue 0 of Suicide Squad, but issue 0 didn't really fly with me. But then again, Red Hood and Outlaws took a couple of issues to get going. So maybe I should have given Suicide Squad a bit more of a chance. But you know. Speaking of which, like, there's a lot. I've still got to catch up on some of my New 52. I still haven't finished Deathstroke from New 52, but Deathstroke from New 52 doesn't seem too relevant at the moment. Like, this Deathstroke is doing its own thing at the moment. And also, Red Hood and the Outlaws is pretty much the only thing you can read without having to buy other crossovers, because I think Super Sons and Titans are crossing over again. I feel really sorry for Titans and Teen Titans fans, because those books are crossing over the bloody wazoo. It's ridiculous. They crossed over with Deathstroke for Lazarus Contract, and that annoyed me enough as is. Now they're crossing over again for a new event, and it's just like, if you're going to do an event like Doomsday Clock, where I can buy the single issues for the event. Make it a series, make it a maxi, or a one-shot, or a few single issues. Don't make me buy multiple runs that I may not understand what the hell's going on in, just to understand my current reading. Red Hood and Outlaws has it right. I can read all these, and I know exactly what's happening, when it's happening, why. Well, not always why it's happening, because, you know, that ruins part of the fun. If you know why it's happening, because you find it out as you go. But, it's just, the way they portray each of the characters in this is really good. Like, they've currently got this thing going on at the moment where Bizarro is super smart. He's like some next, like, L from Death Note level intelligence, or like, trying to think of an example. I can't think of an example. Oh, this is really bad. Like, you know, some Ozymandias level thing. And he's really intelligent. He's working stuff out like that, rapid fire. Whereas Jason and Artemis don't have a clue. And I also kind of like the fact that this kind of addresses that Croc kind of addresses, like, because Jason and Croc are really pally in this, especially in this issue. And, like, Jason asks, "You hear from Harper lately?" And, is like, "Yeah, only when he wants to drink." And it, like, they kind of talk about, like, how they both have a neutral concern for this character. Like, they both have a concern for Arsenal, and they're both like, yeah, you know, they're both worried about Arsenal, because Jason lost his mother through alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. So, oh, don't mind that cyborg issue in the back. I'm gonna do a video on that in a minute. Just thought I'd keep it in arm's reach. But the you know, and my knee, I am comfortable. I'm sat on my desk chair. Don't judge me, I'm being comfortable. I'm also being lazy of late, because there's snow on the ground, so other than going out to get these, I haven't done anything all day. Because, you know, weather's been absolutely terrible. But as for the whole, you know, and they kind of address, like, Croc kind of addresses, like, Jason, you know, he uses this metaphor as, like, you know, you are around the sewers all day, don't expect the smell to come off in the wash. And he kind of said, and Red Hood's like a bit like, what? And he's like, you know, you're a good guy pretending to be a bad man. Like, you know, you carry on down this road, soon enough you and your friends are going to be staying permanently in a cell next to me. Like, you know, is that what you really want for your friends and yourself? You know? And it kind of addresses this, and, like, Jason shrugs it off with humour. He's like, you can tell he's uncomfortable because he shrugs it off with a joke. Because they're, like, discussing the weapons. Because, like, they found these futuristic tech weapons, kind of like what Jason had with Corey's equipment. And he's like, have these weapons. some of these ain't even invented yet. The damage I can do with these things. And then it's just like, Croc's like, is that really what you want from your life, kid? Just to be a guy who does damage? You know, and it's a bit like, I think eventually they're going to try and build up to this thing where Jason tries to be more of a hero, like, you know, a bit more of a conventional hero, as opposed to this cloak and dagger hiding in the underworld kind of thing that they're doing at the moment. Which, I must admit, he's not killing so much in this, so I honestly don't get why Croc is I was expecting Croc to be more like, boy, you've gone soft, ain't you? You used to, like, be really ruthless. What the hell? Like, bat got your tongue? You know, but he's actually, I actually kind of like this, because it shows a human reaction to someone like Red Hood. It's like, you've got characters like Batgirl and that just shrug it off as like, oh, Jason will be Jason. But then you've got a character like Killer Croc, who's like, you know, one thing to say about the comics version of Killer Croc is, although he is Killer Croc and he's a villain, to people that know him, he's a really good guy, which is, I don't know, I don't read Suicide Squad as much as I should, so maybe I don't know that much, but whenever I've encountered him in Red Hood and the Outlaws, he was in New 52 and he was in Pre-52. No, New 52 and this one. And every single time I've seen him, he's been a really good guy. He's like been dishing out advice, you know, like it's a hobby. And it's, you know, you wouldn't expect it from Killer Croc. And it's like, you know, I always thought Killer Croc was this bad to the bone kind of villain. Or at least that's the way he's portrayed in Batman. But I actually kind of like that in Red Hood and the Outlaws, some villains get humanized. Because, I mean, it's like, it puts it into perspective. Jason is hunting down all these criminals and, like, you know, and stuff. And, like, what he did to Black Mask. Like, it kind of makes you think that, hang on, wait. Maybe these guys aren't actually as bad as you think. And, I mean, like, there's Harley Quinn makes a comment to Arsenal. No, Artemis. Wrong run. My bad. And it's like Artemis is like, you know, the world would be better off if I just snapped your neck like a brittle twig. And then she turns around and she says, hey, look, you've got your freedom, don't judge someone who hasn't. Like, and it kind of brings up the whole ethics of the Suicide Squad, and it's like, it's actually really good. I mean, honestly, the kind of questions they raised in this issue, like, I must admit, Lobdell has, like, after New 52, I really think Lobdell has walked away disappointed with what he produced, and he's actually gone out of his way to do something that's more presentable and a bit more interesting and engaging. Because, I mean, like, I think we're now getting past possibly about Volume 2, Volume 3. So this is kind of the point in the old run where I dropped off. But, well, I didn't drop off, I just started to lose interest. Because I have all 7 of them up there. In between Lost Days and the Rebirth stuff. But I had all of them, and I got to about Volume 4, and I started to lose interest, and the series just lost steam, but I don't think this one is going to. This one is going in a very good, positive direction. It's like, some of the questions it's bringing up is, interesting, engaging. And I mean, I'd actually like, Jason to meet up with Corey and Arsenal again. Like, you know, off the back of this advice, because Croc's like, you know, you have friends. You know, use that. You know, go the right way, kid, instead of going down this path you're going. And it's a bit like, next couple of issues, I'd actually like to see Jason get a hold of Corey and Harper and be like, you know, just do something normal. Be like, get them up on the phone and be like, hey, do you want to go for a drink? You know, it's like, it's stuff like that you can do, and you can flesh out the characters a bit, and like they can catch up a bit, and they can be like, oh, what you been up to, you know, and it's Also, something like that is kind of good, like, for people that are only reading this series. Like, that would be good, like, Arsenal could be like, oh, Arrow's doing this, 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 and Starfire could be like, oh, the Titans and the Teen Titans and the Titans are doing blah, 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 blah. And, like, that can be used to kind of, bring up to speed, to any major events that people that just read this series may have missed. Like, and, like, because it's like, one of those storylines, Jason made a passing comment about something that happened in Detective Comics. Now, I think it was too passing, and it should have been a bit more, like, in-depth. And they should have really done something with that for, like, a one-shot, but, can't have it all. And I must admit, can I just make one complaint? Hashtag squad goals. Seriously? Couldn't find a better story arc name. Like, I would have even preferred Red Hood and the Suicide Squad for the story arc name for that. Or, Fresh Recruits for the Suicide Squad. That is a better name than that. Like, it's just, it's just irritating, that, it's just like, Red Hood and Outlaws, definitely a solid pickup. I've been picking it up every single issue without fail. And honestly, I think this run is going to be like... It's not going to be like Under the Red Hood good, but it's going to be... it's going to show, yeah, this series can be good. This series can get the fans in. And then from there, we're going to move on and we're going to get like the Punisher Max, or the one that defines the character, the one that like is like, after this, instead of doing like a Red Hood and Arsenal type thing after this is finished, I just want them to do a solo Red Hood book and just be like, flesh out the character, bring some of the elements back from Pre-52. Maybe have it so one of these squad members dies and he takes it hard, he takes it personal, and it's like he goes out and he gets revenge on those that killed them. Like, bring Red Hood in, get him back to where he used to be. I honestly think, yeah, you know what, chuck the whole no-kill thing out the window. He's currently keeping this promise to Batman, and I'm just thinking, like, in one of the issues you told Batman to screw off for... like, about that promise. He's like, look, I'm done playing by your rules, but you are still playing by Batman's rules. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Like, it's good, but there's a couple little nitpicks, and honestly, that's me as a Red Hood fan, though. Like, general audience, great, well-told, coherent story. Art is probably still some of the best in DC at the moment. I mean, you compare Hellblazer to this is miles above. I mean, it's like, they've got Batman. I'm pretty sure all the Bat Family books get the best artists in DC. Like, I think that is literally just the way it goes. Because, honestly, the quality of art in all of these, and, like, I'm bashing the cover art for these two issues, but, it's still pretty good. I mean, look at the detail here on, like, their belts and everything. Like, the facial expressions. The helmet looks like a helmet. Yay! I'm glad they got rid of that crap from New 52, where the helmet now looks like a helmet again. Yes. Yes, and honestly, just the proportions and the kind of thing, like, you can tell that was a really heavy punch. Like, I'm bashing this cover art, but it's actually... I'm bashing the cover art because it's meh. There's nothing really striking, but, it's still good quality art, like, and I really, honestly shouldn't be bashing it. It's great. And honestly, if you're going to pick up any DC... If you were only picking up... Say you're only picking up Green Arrow, right? Because you're a fan of the Arrow TV series, so start picking up Arrow. When the trade paperbacks come out, may I highly recommend you start picking up this run. Or, like, whatever you're reading at the moment. wait for the trades, and like Christmas is coming up. After Christmas, pick up a couple of trades. I mean, this honestly, you're too late now. We're on issue 17, going into 18 next month. You're gonna be way too far behind to be doing single issues now. It's the same. My golden rule is when you get past 10, it's too late. I just about managed to catch up with Deathstroke. But my golden rule is single issues. If it's past 10, it's too late. You need to wait for trades. Which is what I'm doing with Hellblazer and Batman and Nightwing at the moment. And I'm also doing it with the Star Wars comics. Anyway, guys, honestly, that's just my thoughts on, review/thoughts on Red Hood and Outlaws 16 and 17. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. And I'll do kind of like, what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll redo my reviews of these, if you want. Like, redo my reviews of these, maybe review Deathstroke. But I'll see you all in the next video I produce. Hope you all have a nice day, and goodbye.